Drones and unmanned technologies are increasingly dominating the battlefield in Ukraine, used for air defence, moving blood supplies and deep strikes into enemy territory. They're particularly critical when the manpower is under pressure on the front line. The Finnish garrison town of Riihimäki is aiming to lead NATO as a hub for such vital defence innovation. Riihimäki is a long-established rifle manufacturer and recently created an initiative called Define that brings together military and private sector technologies to aid or substitute soldiers on the front line in Ukraine. One of those technologies already in use there, using unmanned vehicles, is ARC's robotics.
Transport wounded soldiers without harming other soldiers that would have to transport the wounded soldier, or any sort of reconnaissance and surveillance where you would be able to identify any enemy activities.
Innovation for new technologies is moving at a fast pace, whether it's drones, whether it's unmanned vehicles, and they're all critical for the front line in Ukraine and also manning the eastern flank of Europe. Yet Russia, it appears, is innovating just as fast.
I would say they are in much better position comparing with NATO, because if you talk about Russia, they are at war, right? They have started war against Ukraine, and they are developing technologies much faster comparing with other countries.
Alexander Voitko is operating on the front line in Kherson. He says drones are highly critical for Ukraine, given its short supply of manpower.
Russians are learning all time too. They improve their drones too, so it's not dumb enemy, it's a very smart enemy. So Russia is very dangerous enemy, and we can't underestimate Russia.
Double Tap Investment CEO has just returned from the front line in Kherson, where he was testing new technologies with the Ukrainian army. He says Ukraine is buying time for Europe to build up its defences.
What's happening? The pressure is horrible. The kill zone is getting thicker and thicker, meaning that there's no front line, like line is here, and it's like 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers. We have acoustic sensors out there that alarm the drones. We have counter tactics, countermeasures. It's not easy, but they're not giving up. I really appreciate that they're buying us time.
NATO says it's constantly ramping up its testing of new defence technologies to strengthen operational resilience. Shona Murray, Euronews, Riihimäki.